kwashiorkor. All protein and no starch, the person will be very weak. So amidst all the commodities, but there's something peculiar about this one, and that is it is handled by young people, and it's meant for empowering youth and women in particular. Maybe they tell you a little about this, it's just that we don't have much time. There are plenty things to tell you. But these are church leaders, under bishops, pastors, who are here on leadership training. And one of the objectives of leadership training is to make them know that as they take care of the flock spiritually, they should also be able to take care of them, because hungry parishioners means hungry parish. So, maybe when you start, maybe not take much of the time.
All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Arome. I work with the Youth in Agribusiness Office. I'm the production manager for the units. One of our core enterprises, fish aquaculture, fish production, and we run it through the entire value chain, from hatchery to pond production to sales raw, and then also we add value to it. If we had liberty of time, we had chance to run from the hatchery down to the entire processing line, then we'll have productive discussions at different points, you understand, so that you get. But just for the purpose of summary, IITA, we started 2012, about over 10 years ago now, right? And we are the brainchild of the immediate past Director General of IITA. And the whole essence is how to get youths involved in agriculture. You understand? You see that youths can now call themselves farmers and still drive a Lexus. Youths can now call themselves farmers and still wear suits. You understand? Those were the things that bankers do, that people used to run away from farming. You understand? But a sexy person now can now call himself a farmer. That is the entire idea. So at the unit level, we do capacity building, we offer training. So if you apply through Mr. Oponi, we can organize trainings for you on any of the value chains that you want. You understand? We do capacity building across all age groups, men, women, young and old. So long as you have shared interest in agriculture or any of the agribusiness value chains that you are interested in. We offer training within the units, both theoretical and hands-on practical training. We have fish pond, we're also into cassava production, we're also into poultry, also into livestock, small ruminant sheep and goats, and all of those things. So I will just allow the enterprise officer, where's Ridwan, to run you through the maybe steps to fish pond production, and then some of you can feed yourself so that you see how we do. The entire fish value chain starts actually from the hatchery. So from the hatchery you get the fingerlings, you nurse from different stages, from egg to larva to fries, fingerlings, juveniles, and then to the stocking points. And then you can harvest at different points. 3 months for those that are going into smoking, 6 months above also for those that want to sell table sizes for pepper soup and the rest. Thank you very much. So,
another piece of pond production. Don't let us forget, when it comes to fishery, it comes in different dimensions and phases. Here is the earthen pond, which was under type of pond. We have the tarpaulin, the collapsible tank, we have the plastic that we can do at the back of the house, and we have the concrete that we can make at the back of the house. But this is the second stage of their growth. After we have been taking them from the hatchery, either we take them to the collapsible tank, the concrete tank, or here. That is why I call this the second stage. Here we nurse them from 1 to 3 months or 1 to 6 months for table size. We give them feed, monitor their growth, change their water, and also add medication if there is need for that, and also monitor their growth. But at the archery level, that is where we do the cross breeding between the male and the female. So we get the eggs out. It is artificial breeding because we get to inject the female to get the egg ready, then mix with the milk, the sperm of the male to ensure they are ready. Then the eggs start cracking after 14 hours. Then another routine management continues to ensure we get them to fingerling stage before we now stop to the one that we can do at the backyard or eating pond like this. And doing all this, there are different protective measures that we can use. If you can look over there, that is a net on the pond. That net is called predator net. It is used to prevent predators such as snakes, bird, alligator, and then tortoise from entering the pond to start licking them. So that is why we use that. And then the pond are majorly constructed in a way that there is inlet and also there is outlet. Be it the one at the back of the house or anywhere, there will be inlet where you can supply your water, and there will be a drainage line where you can change your water. Look to the right there, a pipe pointing out, small pipe pointing out from that concrete. That is the inlet, and you can see another pipe here standing. That is the outlet. Although on a normal, the outlet should be adjacent. The outlet should be adjacent to the outlet. The inlet should be adjacent to the outlet so that it will be easy to wash away all the dirt inside the pond. At that place you are seeing, there is a monk there. That will be done under pond construction. There is a monk there whereby whenever we want to drain all the water, every water go inside that monk, and there is a pipe connecting that pipe to the drainage line inside that monk, so that water comes into that monk and everything goes out there once and for all. That is why you can see clearly. That's the typical example of it. That's what I call monk. You can see it pointing out there. Something like that is also here. So every water goes inside that monk. Then we bend the water pipe there. Every water goes out. So, like I said earlier, this is just a preventive measure from birds, snakes, and other predators that want to prey on them. So, after stocking your pond, there are some steps we need to follow, which feeding is very, very cogent part of it. And feeding, there are different types of feed depending on their composition. We have the floating feed and we have the pelletized feed. The floating feed, these are extruded feed, usually imported feed. But there are some factories in Nigeria now that are now producing floating feed. They have different crude protein content and their composition. So we also have pelletized feed. Before here, these are typical. These are examples.
Hello, passa.
This is to ensure that we also produce locally our fish feed, which are also doing fine. This feed that I just pouring inside water is a brand of is one of our trainees that passed through training under IITA that have this factory and producing this, and this has been what we have been using, and it's very rich and economical. So while feeding them, there are, like I said earlier, there are routine management to feed them. There are ways of feeding them. You can see while I'm feeding them now, I'm standing on the spot feeding them, which means all my fish from different angles are coming down here. They all have advantages over each other. Like now, I can't say 100% that every of my fish are here. You understand? But if I'm doing another method of feeding, which is broadcasting method, you can see like I do broadcasting method, I revolve around the pond. You can see that fish are eating there and the fish are also eating there, which means fish are getting to every part of my pond at the same time while the fish are feeding it. Even those weaker ones that don't have the strength to compete with the bigger ones, immediately the bigger ones eat what they want to eat, there will still be some remnant there, so they can come after and pick them. And then there is also multi-spot feeding method. These are done in a pond of, let's say, 1 hectare per pond on a big dam, whereby I just go like this. Like I said earlier, this is spot. Standing on a spot and feeding is called spot feeding method. But multi-spot feeding method, now after which I go to another spot. I go to another spot without spreading it around. That is called the multi-spot feeding method. So, while doing them, there are other techniques we call the test cropping. What is test cropping? It's just a medium to determine the growth of the fish in the pond. Now, while feeding them, they are not coming up. You can't ascertain their growth. You're just seeing them. But this is a process of partial harvesting. We're going to bring just little of them to see whether they are growing, and also to remove the bigger ones from the smaller ones. So that the bigger ones will not be the one that is eating the smaller ones. It's called sorting. We move the bigger one to another pond and put the smaller ones there, and that is how the management goes from the first day of the stocking till the third month or the 6th month of stocking. Then harvesting. Partial harvest. We have a net we use. We enter the pond, we drag everything out. If you want to sort, we drag everything out completely. Then there is a grading table over there that we use. We start pouring the fish there. The smaller ones will come here, the bigger one will come here. Then we will have prepared another pond for them, which means you're going to transfer the bigger ones to another pond, then the smaller one to the same pond, and you keep feeding them. So this will allow you to have uniform and equal growth at the end of the cycle.
Then we are talking about this collapsible tarpaulin.
Yes.
That one can use. How is it made, and how accessible can one get it?
It is outside there in the market. People can get it. The reason is that collapsible tank can be moved from one place to another. Likewise, the plastic tank as well. You can carry it from one place to another. But your concrete, they are stagnant, rigid. They cannot be moved. People there sell it. They are being made of tarpaulin. All these canopy stuff. So that's what they used to make them. They just help you to do the outlet, and then the inlet will be consulted by a plumber. The outlet, they will just do it there in such a way that it will not be leaking as well. So like how many days? They fed in the morning, and then you can see that their active is not that much this afternoon, and that is why they are not coming. So what prompts changing of water is when you are overfeeding them. But unlike concrete, when you overfeed, the feed will decompose and will still contribute to pollution of the water. But here in earthen pond, that's the advantages earthen pond have over concrete. But here in earthen pond, whenever there is overfeeding, the feed will decompose, form manure, and allow other microorganisms to grow inside the pond again, which the fish can have access to later.
A question from the back.
Actually, these are the steps you need to take whenever you want to choose a site for location of your pond. There are some steps you're going to put into consideration before you select a particular area for your pond. Which water is very, very important. You can see up there. That's a mini dam there. That's where we get our source of water. That pond is being connected to 4 ponds here. But due to when we expand our production, we also mount a pumping machine. IITA has a big dam that we use to irrigate all our feed. So we also benefit from it, that we are getting water from the pond. Factors to be considered to select a place for a pond. Number one, source of water.
Number two, security.
It's very, very important.
I said number two, security.
Also, a question. What's the duration between the time you are doing the drainage and time you put the water? Because of the fish.
The new one.
Yes.
The moment you can calibrate.
Attention, please. When you are asking questions, ask loud and clear so that when they are answering it, other people can benefit.
Okay.
The moment
Can you hear him, please? Can come closer so that I can hear
What's
him.
your question? The question is that what's the duration between the time the first water is removed and the time you put the other one because of the fish? Won't they die between the time you are changing the water?
The answer to that, the moment you are able to calibrate your feed, that you avoid overfeeding, your water can last longer for more than a week on when it is dry season. But on rainy season like this, we find ourselves there is always water, and there is also this filtration that is being done underground. So you can leave your water for more than 1 month if you avoid overfeeding. If you avoid overfeeding, you can keep your water for 4 years.